right. How's it going? So you want to know the secret to solving any problem in your life? Okay, here it is. A few years back, I was watching this Tony Robbins documentary, right? And he said something that haunted me, still haunts me. It struck me and it haunts me to this day. I don't remember his exact words, but it was something to the tune of, your biggest problem is that you think you shouldn't have any. Now, it was kind of weird because, like, at the time I didn't quite know what he meant. It kind of seemed like a cop-out, you know what I'm saying? But I realized at the time that, I realized later on that, that makes a lot of sense. You know what I'm saying? Your biggest problem. I mean, he was talking to people that had all different types of issues. They came to his convention. They had financial issues, issues with their job, their family, health, all types of things. Just people that come to his conventions and things like that. And he said, your biggest problem is that you think you shouldn't have any. And I'd like to take it a step further. So if you're looking for a solution to a problem in your life and you haven't been able to find it, you've been looking for years, you've tried this, you've tried that, you've tried all these things. Maybe the reason why you haven't been able to find the solution is because technically it's not a problem at all. Maybe it's just the people and the things in your life functioning as they're designed. You know what I'm saying? Just because you don't like the way something feels doesn't actually make it a problem. Maybe it's supposed to be difficult. Maybe it's supposed to be something that makes you uncomfortable. Maybe it would actually be a problem if it was easy for you. You see, a lot of the pain that we have in our lives is because we're framing the question in the wrong way. We assume that if something isn't working out the way we want, or if something isn't easy for us, then there's an issue. Maybe the problem is actually that we're asking the wrong questions. You see, right now you might be beating yourself up, trying to find a solution to a problem. You're saying, man, I should be better at this. Oh, I can't believe this. I don't know why this isn't working. And you're trying to find a solution to a problem. You're trying to find a solution that isn't there. That's why I'm not able to find it. It doesn't exist. It's not the nature of the situation. It was never there in the first place. Okay, let me give you an example. Let's say, imagine there's two people, right? And they've never used a piece of exercise equipment, let's say like a Stairmaster, right? They've never used that before. And all of a sudden, a Stairmaster magically appears in front of both of them, okay? And one of them, both Stairmasters are set to a very high resistance. One person has a very positive outlook on it, and they start using the Stairmaster, and the other person kind of has a negative outlook on it. They're using the Stairmaster, but they're saying, man, this resistance is so high. You know what I'm saying? They're using it, but they're like, the resistance is so high, something's wrong. Something's not right. This is a problem. And they go and they lower the resistance of the Stairmaster. Meanwhile, the other person is using the Stairmaster, and they're getting really toned. They're getting really fit. They don't think anything of it. They don't think something is wrong while the resistance is set so high, and they get really toned and they get into the best shape of their life. Just because they had an open mindset about it and they didn't question it and say, I can't believe this is so difficult. They didn't beat themselves up trying to figure out the dials and the switches, or however else to lower the resistance. And they didn't just have this outlook that, I don't know, like the world is out to get them, or that something is wrong with their situation. They had a glass half full, or rather glass half full mindset about it, while the other person had a glass half empty mindset about it. With the glass half empty mindset, the other person automatically thinks that the machine is broken. right? And so they're like, something's wrong with this machine, it's broken, and they automatically go into trying to fix it, to try to make it easier for themselves because they assume that there's an issue. Even though the Stairmaster is indeed functioning as designed, that person spent all of this time trying to fix the machine for themselves, whereas the other person is over there getting toned, becoming better, becoming healthier. But the Stairmaster is designed to give resistance. So that other person got toned, which was a result they weren't even really expecting in the beginning. Whereas the second person doesn't get toned at all. Why? Because they were asking a question that wasn't even applicable to the situation. The Stairmaster is supposed to be difficult. It's operating as designed. That Stairmaster in that analogy is just like many other situations in your life. It's supposed to be difficult. It is operating as designed. There's nothing wrong with it. Just because it doesn't feel good and just because it's difficult does not necessarily mean that it's a problem. So to solve any problem in your life, think about reframing the question. Ask yourself, is this really a problem? Or is this an opportunity to rise to the occasion and to better myself? Is this an opportunity to hone my skills? Is this an opportunity to become smarter, to become stronger, to become a better communicator? Any of those things could be possible. Again, if you find yourself overwhelmed, stop and think. Reframe the question in your head. Is this really a problem? Or is this an opportunity to become something that I've always wanted to be? Is this going to open me up to more possibilities? Right? All right, so I'm going to leave you with this. I recommend that everyone read the book called The Subtle Art of Not Giving a Duck. They didn't actually, the word duck isn't in there. They used another word. I'm not going to curse because this is YouTube. But it's called The Subtle Art of Not Giving a, and it's a really interesting book. It talked about how a lot of the disappointment and the issues and the things that we have in our lives are a result of entitlement. We think nothing bad is ever supposed to happen to us. We live in this society where we think that everything's supposed to be perfect overnight. There's something wrong if I'm not a millionaire. There's something wrong if I don't have the relationships that I want, the job that I want, the car, the house, all of those things. And we're just taught that there's always something wrong, when life is supposed to not always give you what you want. That's the way it's supposed to be. There isn't something necessarily wrong with that. Constantly reminding yourself of all the things that you don't have is inherently a bad experience, even though you're doing those things to motivate you to get to where you want to be. But there has to be balance. I'm not saying people shouldn't be productive and people shouldn't be ambitious, but you have to also understand that if you fall short, that's just kind of the nature of life as well too. Pick yourself back up, but just know that you shouldn't dwell in, feeling like nothing should go wrong, right? So just learn how to manage your expectations in life and understand that if you feel entitled to everything in the world, that might actually be your problem, not the current difficulty that you're facing. Hi, my name is ChukwunonsoCaptures. I'm a photographer, and my photography journey has brought me into the presence of many remarkable people that have taught me some amazing lessons. So I'm here paying it forward and sharing some of those lessons with you, and I hope it can enrich you and your life. So, let me know what you think. Do you think this is a great way to solve a lot of the problems in your life? Have you read the book that I talked about, The Subtle Art of Not Giving a you-know-what? Let me know in the comment section down below. If you like this video, please hit the like button, subscribe to this channel, hit the bell button to get a notification anytime I post a new video, and share this video with a friend who might be in search for ways to manage some of the problems and the difficulties that they're having in their life. All right, thanks. Take care, and I will see you in the next video.